Hey everyone, it's Diceman here from Maple City and Geek Syndicate, giving you another review. This time we're looking at a Top Trumps game, Who Is The Mightiest? Marvel Classics. So let's have a look at how the game plays and then we'll come back with our thoughts. So in the Top Trumps set, you actually get over 30 cards across heroes and villains. You can see here the heroes that range from X-Men mutants to Avengers to some independents like Spider-Man and Falcon and others there, so a good hero range. For the villains, there aren't that many, they're outnumbered, but you've got a Spider-Man villain, you've got a Captain America villain, you've got 2 Thor villains, and you've also got 2 X-Men villains, Mystique and Magneto, which you can't see in this picture. Another cool aspect of this game is that you've got not just Iron Man and the Hulk, but you've got Tony Stark and Bruce Banner. So in theory we know sort of Iron Man and Tony Stark are the same, but some of their attributes are slightly different, as well as with the Hulk and Bruce Banner. So that's a nice little touch they've done. So the actual attributes on the card themselves, they've got some interesting ones here. They've got the debut year, so you'd be looking at the earliest of that one, so to which one came first. Appearances, so you'd be looking at the highest number of appearances. Special powers would be the highest, so would cunning and strength and technology, they'd all be the highest as well. So some nice cool attributes to do battle with. So in terms of actual gameplay, the winning player from the last round would choose what attribute they're going to use and which card. In this case, they're going to use Magneto. They're going to choose the debut year, and they're going to look at 1963 because they think it's a low year. The opposing player, in this case, is going to choose Hulk. They both lay their cards down. Hulk has 1962, so the Hulk player wins. They would then take the Magneto card as that's their trophy and they win. And the game would carry on playing like this until one player has won all the cards and the game ends. So very simple rules, very simple gameplay. Okay, so that was how the game plays for Who Is The Mightiest? Marvel Classics Top Trumps, Marvel Comics. So let's talk about the theme on this game. So Marvel have gone to a very interesting route with this game, with Top Trumps. It's not just the fact we're looking at Marvel heroes here, it's what they've done with it. It's called Classic because it really is some fantastic idea. What they've done is not just the artwork, the theme, but also the gameplay as well. So let's first of all talk about the theme. It's classic artwork. So you look at some of these cards here. So Destroyer is completely out of proportion. It's very old school drawing, and it's sort of the whole background, the whole card just feels like it's something right out of the late 70s, maybe early 80s, even maybe very late 60s, some of this stuff. It's really interesting that they've chosen this route because it's to celebrate all the cool stuff that was happening back in sort of the early days of Marvel, and it's the sort of disproportionate images of these superheroes. Captain America, where his legs look a little bit too big for his body, the shield doesn't look right, just certain things that are slightly off kilter, which actually adds to the magic of this theme. They've also gone for a very different style of Top Trumps attributes to use. It's not your standard height, strength. They've actually got, so here if we look at Vulture, it says debut year 1963, appearances 581. Now, the thing would be that with appearances, although as soon as this is published, you need to know when those appearances ended, because since then he could have appeared many more times. But don't worry about that, it's just the fun of the game at this point. Special powers, cunning, strength and technology. So strength is probably about the normal one that you'd find everywhere, and technology is one that you'd find in other sort of type of superhero Top Trumps. But in terms of those attributes with the rules, and we know the rules are very, very simple. It is Top Trumps. You're going to choose your attribute and you can go with it. However, what makes this interesting is the things like the debut year. So you've got to think, oh, which one of these came out first? Or appearances. Okay, well, you could say Beast from the X-Men. Well, Beast is actually in the X-Men, but he's also an Avenger, so he could be in both of them. So he's got more appearances. You've got Tony Stark as Iron Man. So has he got more appearances because he's been in the Avengers or because of his own comic? So there's some interesting things they've done here with the strategy and the rules. In terms of the age for this, once again, I always say with Top Trumps, it's really easy to pick up Top Trumps from any age, especially when it's superhero themed, comic book themed, because the younger children will be really into it. And in terms of the top end of the range for age, well, sky's the limit. We're all geeks at heart, so we could be playing this into our 80s or 90s. In terms of components, the cards are really sturdy. As always, you expect from Top Trumps, very good quality. The back of the cards have this great piece of artwork where you've got all the Marvel heroes together, and the actual cards themselves, once again talking about the design of the artwork. There's a lot of sort of Jack Kirby theme feel going on here. And fun, well, it's Marvel, so everyone loves Marvel. Marvel's one of the hottest properties out there in the market right now. But the fact they've gone old school with this, and with some of the things, it's not just showing an image of, say, Captain America fighting. They've gone for Red Skull, which is pretty much just his skull. So they've really put a lot of thought and effort into what they want to portray on these cards and how they're going to portray them. Another cool thing is, although we do have Iron Man here, you've also got Tony Stark. So with Tony Stark, it's you would have the debut year, it's the same, appearances are the same, special powers are the same, but cunning, well, they've got Iron Man as less cunning than Tony Stark. They've got strength, well, Iron Man's got double the strength for Tony Stark because he's got his armour, but technology is the same. And they've got a similar thing with the Hulk and with Bruce Banner as well. They're the only two that have got their alter egos put into play, but I think it's a very cool thing they've got them, because Bruce Banner and Tony Stark are some of the key people within Marvel Comics, because they're in their own right. They were scientists, inventors, and both of them were very much involved in their own creation as superheroes. The value for money for Top Trumps, it's always great value for money because of replayability. You can buy this once and play it over and over and over again, and especially with this theme, this is something that I would actually take with me to conventions or places like that, where I know there's lots of people who appreciate just a quick game of Top Trumps on this. And so for me, the value is excellent value for money. In terms of the rating, I am actually going to give this a 5 out of 5. Yes, it is Top Trumps, but the theme is fantastic. The attributes they've got that you combat against are really cool attributes, and the artwork is just sublime. It's really, really good choice between Marvel and Top Trumps. So for me, this is Marvel Top Trumps Who Is The Mightiest. So go out and get it now. It is available. It's just really good old school Marvel Comics artwork in there. So enjoy. Catch you soon.